There we go. Do-do-do-do. Vapes are bone dry. Bam. Oh, well, fuck me. The hole. There's a fucking another one right here. Dude, these old... these fucking rats, dude. They're literally building little tunnel systems. Fucking really? Pricks. Hey, Zooks. Hey, what's up, buddy? I might as well check the mail real quick. Don't think it was checked yet. While we're out here. Oh, yeah. What? You know. What do we got? Bullshit. Ooh, something for moi. And, more bullshit. And some other shit. Okay. Well, at least got one thing for moi. I could dig a hole in the ambush for him. Nah. I got him. If anything, I just need to move my trap a little bit because they're not really going after that. If anything, I think they're finding a way to actually get in from underneath or something to grab the peanuts after leaving it in there. I think they're like digging tunnels to see if they could get in there without actually getting stuck. Come on, Zooks. These little pitter patters. So cute. Do this because it's actually kind of chilly in here. Actually, I ended up getting kind of cold last night in the garage. I mean, okay, there's definitely like some fire going on somewhere. Like I'm smelling it. Ugh, that's lame. Boo, I say. Put it right there. You know what? Boop. There we go. What's up, doggo? 2 weeks is an eternity in vape time. I mean, not really. I mean, honestly, like a couple months would basically be the eternity. I mean, vapes are meant to last that long. What the fuck's going on with this? Yeah, just a card. Just a mere humble code. Boop. Yeah, put that right there. Okay. Oh, man. Alright. Hold on, brain. I'm getting coffee. Here we go. 2 weeks is good. I mean, I don't know how much you fucking use. So I could easily make like a gram vape last like at least like a couple weeks. Probably honestly longer than that. But it's also me. I don't usually smoke vapes that much, so if I were to, it wouldn't be a lot. It's not really a lot at all. Ugh. Why is it like nippy in here? Boo. Like one of the few mornings where it's like kind of nippy. It surprises me. Half ounce left, about 2 weeks of the full ounce 3. What the fuck? Dude, like, I'm a stoner and you smoke way more than I do. Like, how in the fuck do you do that? Like, that's actually kind of fucking crazy, dude. Like, I mean, I couldn't do that. Like, I mean, like a full fucking ounce within like 3 weeks. Like, Jesus Christ. I don't like the smell tolerance. Oh, I don't like the smell of it, even though the vapes aren't really that much different. And also, like, I mean, I mean, honestly, like, now thinking about it, I could probably make a 4 ounce lap, you know, like, be used up within, like, 3 weeks, but, I mean, I would have to be using, like, a shitload of it. Honestly, I could potentially make, like, an ounce last about a month. But at least for sure 3 weeks, like, 3 weeks to a month. I mean, like, because to have, like, you know, to, like, go for, like, half an ounce within, like, a week or two is pretty fucking ridiculous. Also don't have obligations with you to keep me away from weed. There's no obligations that keep me away from weed, dude. There's nothing that's... No, there isn't. I don't have any of that. I'm in a legal state. Like, outside of, like, you know, social norms, basically, there's nothing stopping me. Like, that's pretty much it. It's just, like, social decorum. And even then, I smoke then, too. Like, I mean, you know how my routine is? Like, I smoke, like, during my fucking work breaks and shit. Like, there's nothing that stops me from that. Like, I'm a stoner. Like, I do smoke on the daily. It's just that when it comes down to, like, I mean, such an excess, smoking job. Not like, yeah, I'm just gonna be, like, helping a customer and then smoke a J right in front of them. No, on a break. Like, I'll come back here, take a toke or two, check on my dog, and go back to work, and there we go, just fine. Because money reasons. Not with, like, I mean, with a job like mine, it's not like, you know, I'm handling, like, machinery to the point where, you know, like, I'm actually putting people at risk. It's just serving people food. Or helping them find, you know, something on the floor, or, like, you know, cutting up some deli meats, or frying some chicken or something. Like, it's not exactly, like, dangerous work at all. I mean, it can be. I mean, I've accidentally hurt myself plenty of times at work, but I mean, shit. I mean, I mean, it's one of those jobs where it's pretty obvious that a stoner can easily do it. Like, it ain't, something, that's out of the framework of doability. Maybe sobered over before messing with that. Dude, well, maybe for you, but I've worked around that thing so many times that I'm used to it. I know how to work around it. I know it's dangerous. I know the risks around it, and I know how to operate it. Like, I've been around the slicers enough, for practically like 8 years. I mean, even a little bit off and on during school, because we had one for our culinary class. Like, I'm familiar with them. Like, I know how they work. I know, like, what the danger of them really are, or like what the danger really is about them. Like, realistically, the actual danger to the slicers is if it's not turned off, basically. Or it's like, if you're cleaning the actual blade and like the blade guard, like, I mean, you'll have, like the blade itself and then like the kind of guard around it, like, and you have to kind of clean it between there. I mean, that, could, that's like another little level of danger, because if you have your fingers a little too close to the blade, you can accidentally cut yourself. And in fact, that's how I've, damaged myself on the slicers, is cleaning them. I never hurt myself, cutting people meat or anything like that. I hurt myself cleaning it. Because that's when your hands are actually getting more close to the blade and stuff like that, not when you're cutting meat. So, I mean, at this point, for all intents and purposes, like, even if I was stoned, which I am a lot, when it comes to, like, with work and shit, it ain't really that difficult. I mean, unless I was, like, being an overt dumbass or some shit, or had no idea what I was doing, then, yeah, that would be a totally different scenario, but I've been around the block enough. I know what I'm doing. It's, it's an easy, it's like an easy thing to essentially just, like, fake the stonery, where you can look like you're sober doper proficient and all that, but deep down inside you're, like, space cadet high. That's the true mastery of a stoner right there, is when you can kind of seem like you're sober on the surface of it, but deep down inside you're just like, ground control to Major Town. I damn man some munchies. Just going off on that. Feeling the blaze of the jam. But outside, just like, hi, how can I help you today? Would you like for me to slice it on a thicker cut or on a thinner one? Or something like that. It's like, on surface level, you're just acting all professional, but deep down, you're just like, I'm high as fuck. Honestly, for some corporate jobs, that's just how you have to fucking do it, dude. Like, some jobs are just that shitty. Like, yeah, even if there is maybe a risk factor, the give or take, honestly, it's negligible. I could do that for a while, but eventually it breaks down. Huh? Oh, with like the sober thing? Yeah, I mean, to an extent. I mean, once you start, like, actually sobering up and then your high goes away, like, your body kind of gets all tired, just like, all that shit. I mean, at a certain point, it eventually wears off, yeah. But at least, for the peak of the moment, like, on break, come back, and you're just like, just being all nice and toasty. McDonald's coffee and Holy Balls, little salt, despite ordering a cold coffee. You ordered a cold brew and they gave you a hot coffee? I feel like that's a major fuck up that they could probably fix by just giving you a replacement. It's like, hey, I ordered a cold coffee. That means someone who had a hot coffee got a cold coffee. Dude, you got somebody's hot coffee order and someone got your cold espresso coffee order, dude. Here we go home by the time I found out. Aw, dude, imagine the person that got your cold coffee. It's like, they get home and they're like, what the fuck? Did they even heat it up? And then they, pop it open and they're like, what the fuck? There's ice in here. Dude, oh my god. Oh, that's gonna be funny. It's just knowing that some person who ordered a hot coffee and they get it at work and it's like, why is this so cold? And they open it up and it's just ice in there. It's oh no. Damn. Rip. Chocolate coffee, though. So, mocha. Sounds pretty good. YouTube, no, me dumb. There we go. Just get some music in the background here. Here we go. Oh, don't want that blasted to utter smithereens. That would not be good. Weekends suck. I know. They certainly do. No one posts. Dude, Sundays are the worst. At least on Saturdays, like, shit happens sometimes. Sunday's the worst. Because that's, like, nothing happens. Where it's just, like, purposely just like, yeah. Even though there's probably a lot of stuff going on, we're not going to post it to you. You have to wait till the business day. But, yeah. Could go on the Reddit and see what's going on over there. What's happening over there? Smoke a fat Reddit. I mean, if I could, I would. Local Portland news. Joe and Hardesty settles a lawsuit against the city of Portland. Oh, is it about that fucking, like, police shit? Portland Police Bureau, yep. Employees acting outside the course and scope of their employment. Leaked confidential information about Commissioner RC. Leaks negatively impact Commissioner, public image and undermine her efforts to bring police transformation reform. The city does not condone these actions on behalf of the city. Apology letters is thumb in the eye of the police defendants, as it should be, and leaves no doubts. Good. Dude, yeah, good, honestly. I mean, like, the Portland Police Bureau literally tried to defame, like, Joey and Hardesty, like, one of the rare city council members in Portland, well, formally right now. She could come back, but at least right now, she got voted out, but, she was basically the only one worth a fuck, like, in the city council that was actually doing anything. And the Portland Police Bureau and Ted Wheeler and his cronies are all like, nah, we're gonna, like, defame you and just, like, you know, undermine you, like, every step of the way. And try to discredit her credibility and all this other shit. Pay for vape on from home, just get drunk of debating. I mean, just get a vape. Oh, what's this? The suit also alleges that Officer Ottoman reached out for a political action committee. Wait, he reached out to a political, like, he reached out to a PAC? Insurrectory released the false information on a live-streamed show. The suit alleges the leaks were racially and politically motivated. Well, duh. Joe and Hardesty being a black progressive, you know, in Portland, like, yeah. Of course the police are gonna, you know, look at her and do anything racially and politically, you know, to fucking undermine her. And a pack is saying fun of Gazal's campaign. Does it say any information about that in here? And no, it doesn't. They just straight, like, that's just hidden information. I guarantee to you, like, you know, it's the same super PAC that fucking, you know, like, funded Renee Gonzalez's campaign. Guarantee to you it. Vape costs precious dollars. Well, you said it lasts you a while, so at least it'll be, you know, for today and for, like, the next couple weeks, wouldn't it? little news about Portland there. At least, finally some, good about Portland that came out. Here, There's a tiny hat, the right can't meme. What is this silly meme? What? Oh, wait, what the fuck? Richmond bad. Looks like a rat, wears a tiny hat. Wait, so is this meant to, like... Is this trying to poke fun at, like, lefties or like, that are looking at Anthony Oliver and being like, oh, well, yeah, see, he's working class singer and stuff, and just because, he mentioned a thing, that means y'all don't like him, so you're all not actually, based. Bleh. Which, honestly, that dude, like, Anthony Oliver literally does have some, like, Jewish question dog whistles going on. Not just in the song, but also the, fucking, like, some of his, like, YouTube channel, too. Yeah, it has a few videos on there that he's saved, like, on a playlist or some shit. If his dog whistle song. Yeah, which is literally a death nail of the idea that anything about that song would have been, quote, working class. It's like, all these leeches that take welfare, but all these fat rich bastards, as well, too. It's like, what? You can't fuck on people that are, like, barely making it on welfare, and then fuck on fat cat rich people. Like, you can't have it both ways. Disability labor trash. He never said anything specifically about disability, but, I mean, it was all basically like welfare queens and lazy people and shit. I mean, it's all implied, but it's just because he's a neo-Confederate fucking, shitbag. I mean, that's just what he is. Like, that whole song is, like, just, like, like, white, Western, cultural, like, Confederate revivalism. That's all he's fucking advocating and singing about. And so when he says those, Richmond, north of Richmond, he's talking about, Jewish elites in Washington, D.C. that run, the country, including, the more, prominent white Western culture that is more predominant is south of Richmond. That's a very major neo-Confederate revivalist symbology right there. Like, I mean, it's, like, it's very dog whistly for anyone who doesn't get it, but for people like me or you, like, we get it pretty loud and clear. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we got his message loud and fucking clear. We know what side he's on. Like, I mean, a lot of these conservative GOP types, I mean, honestly, like, they're certainly looking at this whole, like, yuck type of, like, culture and shit of, like, the southern, of the South and shit. Like, I mean, and a lot of it is basically, like, just all based around this whole idea of, like, oh, these rich bastards from the north who are Jewish, predominantly, are the ones that run everything, and they have taken, the pride of the white man and shit. That's all that song's fundamentally about. Instead of a revival message. Oh, well, don't make any bones about it. It's a callback, like, it's a revival message because it's calling back, to... the days of, the Confederacy. I mean, that's basically, it's like fundamentally what it is. Like, the dude, like, basically is, fundamentally, like, pushing this, like, Confederate Dixie revivalist, callback, towards, the white man taking control again. And taking control from who? The blacks and Jews and marginalized and trans and gay people and stuff like that. I mean, that's what the fuck he means. I mean, there's just no beating around the bush. That's exactly what he means. Dixie is what the culture is named. I know. Yeah, Dixieland. All of a sudden Dixie. Like, I'm very well aware of it. Almost all Donald Trump support in front of Step Douche. I probably would have. Honestly, I'm on, I'm at like a level I don't give a fuck with these side people, because I see them around here, and honestly, I yell at them. Like, there was some dipshit with, like, a fuck Biden flag that was obviously not just a typical fuck, Biden thing. It was a overtly, like, Trump designed, like, fuck Biden, Trump 24, where we, it was a QAnon flag, too, a little bit. Riding around this fucking truck around here, and I just yelled, it's like, fucking moron. Guy stopped for a second, slowed down, but then he just kind of kept driving off. Took my entire energy to stop myself from unloading. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's kind of, that's kind of the thing, like, all you can really do is, especially if you kind of have, like, a one-off or, random encounter, just say, like, either just let it be, or just, like, say your thing and just move off. Or move on, Be like, fucking moron, and then just move on. Because fundamentally, they're not worth the time and day to, have someone invest their time into their stupidity. Not to that level. It's only really, like, certain circumstances where I feel like it, this stuff do show us there, we'll call them an ancient dipshit. Man, it's how I feel about that, like, Nazi dude that showed up to work a couple months back with his fucking SS tat. Because, like, if I wasn't working and I was not on the clock, oh, you know goddamn well there would have been a beatdown in the parking lot of that store. There straight would have been. Like, I'm just not even gonna, like, beat around the bush on that one. Like, I would have just straight up, like, just jumped his ass. Like, as soon as he walked out of the store, I would have grabbed, some sort of a glass bottle, emptied the contents out of it, and made sure that, that was smashed on top of his head and all that shit. Like, I would have gone that whole route. I wouldn't give a fuck. Walking around with an SS tattoo, on your fucking arm, flexing that shit for everyone to see, like, you'd be lucky, it's just, like, honestly, the fact that, someone like that feels, like, confident enough to, walk around, and have that tolerated enough to not even have anything said or that type of shit, then, no. Like, they need to be shown that they're not allowed to be able to just, walk away, from that, without any fucking repercussion. And to have legal excuse. Well, at least around here, I suppose it'd be a little easier. Because while I'm doing it, I make it very fucking overtly obvious that, to everybody else around that the guy's a Nazi. It's like, I'll be, like, overtly, making it a point. It's like, you think with that SS tattoo, if you're Nazi fucking, symbology, tatted all over you think that's acceptable to, fling your Nazi shit? And, like, I will make it pretty fucking straight overt. So if anyone, walking around being like, oh god, what the fuck, what's going on? Then it'd be like, oh, I see a Nazi tat. That's a Nazi. Carry on. Because at least around here, most people really don't, care for a fucking Nazi. Even conservative leaning people. At least, apparently at least, there's like, one or two of these fucking Nazi shits that, feel comfortable enough to walk around with their shit, but, in comparison to how many people are more staunchly against their shit around here, in comparison to them being comfortable to flex their shit, they're way fucking outnumbered. And they ought to fucking know better. Because it'd be a situation where I'd make it pretty damn god fucking clear, like, that, they better, see the light of God and fucking get out of this fucking place, if they, want to, have some good proper judgment. Because if not, then, Lord's gonna, show them some real fucking wrath. In a way, you gotta fucking, like, use their shit against them, too. Like, get very spiritualistic and really, like, put the fear of God in them a little bit. It's like, really push that shit. Fuck. Part for the bet. Can't really keep in the park because South West fire tattoos are common. I mean, I'm gonna be going to Texas later in November anyway, so dude, don't do like it ain't gonna matter. And thing is, I'll say my fucking keep, and and I'll be probably around my family with that one. And you know what? Like, I don't want to give a fuck if they say something either. Like, because honestly, it's like I'll just be blunt with them. It's like, yeah, too bad. That's what the actual reality is, and in fact, don't care about your feelings. Grow up. And should never be tolerated. And it's like if y'all think that's acceptable, then this is why I don't want to fucking come to this shithole state. This is why I don't like it. So I don't like your state. So I don't like that fucking culture. It's abominable. It's toxic and it's fucking hateful. And nothing will ever change my opinion about that. Because that's just a fucking fact. It's not because it ain't my opinion. That's just a fact of what their culture is. That's just a Dixie culture in a nutshell right there. Not Alabama, see where I fall. Dude, I have no choice with going to Texas. If I could, I wouldn't go. I mean, but it's for family reasons. I went around my friends when I become officially old. Well, I mean, I don't know if there's a way for that to work out. I mean, I'll be in Texas, so, I mean, I'll be way closer to you at that point. Fake sickness, see if you can find the cure in that. You need to find the cure in Alabama. That, oh my. I don't think that's how it works. As much as I wanted to. Silly dog. Say you've been infected by the gay. I wouldn't even joke like that with them. I mean, honestly, like, if they find out I'm bi or pan or whatever the fuck, I don't care. I'll fucking, hold my own. But, I mean, at the end of the day, like, I ain't gonna be the one to say that shit. I ain't gonna go out. I ain't gonna out myself. That conservative? No. Well, one of them is. I know at least, like, some of the family is, but not all of them. Mono's by. Yeah, same for mine. But the thing is, my other family, especially considering how Christian they are, I don't want to deal with that shit. Because I know it's going to be the guilt tripping, like, oh, that's a sin, this and that, oh, blah, blah, blah. Like, all that fucking garbage. I don't need that. I can hold my own against it, but if I can help it, I don't want to deal with it. Just popping in the next room to them. Be like, what, when they stare? They would okay, like, dude, when I say that, like, some of my family is conservative and kind of, like, and all that shit about this, like, I don't mean, like, they're, oh my god, this fucking fly, dude. I fucked this wing up, bitch. Yeah, that's one way to kill it. I actually did that to one of my girl's British parents. 10 out of 10 was hilarious. I'm sure that probably was. At least with, like, my family, that would be horrible. I mean, I feel like it would be funny if it was like my mom. But I don't even want that, you know? Like, I don't want that situation. Like, when it comes to it at the end of the day, like, it's just a situation I don't need to deal with. She wanted me back. Well, I'm sure she did. She obviously liked you. But, you know, that's why, you know, fucking, you know, parents don't really know what's best for the kids half the time. I mean, you'll always have, like, you know, parents that do actually at least try and give a shit, but then you get, you know, these ones that just genuinely just really don't fucking know better. And are just stupid. Including, well, you know, well, like is a strong term. Well, that it is. Like, I'm more pissed off at Daddy by appearing homeless. Dude, like, at least, obviously, you must show your good side to me, because every time you say this, I always think about the times you send me pictures of you, and I'm like, how do you look homeless? Because honestly, dude, like, the perception of what homeless people, you know, must be there is different than here. Like, honestly, I mean, like, I know what homeless people look like, and you're not even close to it. I mean, maybe a little slightly disheveled, but whatever. I mean, so am I. I mean, it's not really like that. I mean, just being a little like disheveled or whatever the fuck, or, you know, like, that's not exactly being, quote, homeless. I don't change clothes as often as I should. Well, I mean, hey, like, when it comes to me, like, I mean, I have a shitload of shirts, but I don't really have that many pants and stuff. Well, I do, but some of them are just so worn in and got holes that I don't really wear them anymore, at least for work. But, you know, I have a shitload of shirts, though. At least for me, like, you know, I can at least change my shirt up, even if my pants, you know, I'm wearing for, like, for, like, 4 days or something like that. And at least, luckily, for my pants, they don't really get that fucked up. Unless somehow, like, a bunch of grease or some shit like that from work gets on them or whatever the fuck. What's up, dog? You haven't changed since before we moved? Well, freshen up. Yep, gonna go to the bathroom real quick. Be right back. Whoa. Woo. Ugh. My gut feels so much better. Involves doing laundry and it potentially involves dealing with people. So the fuck? You don't have to interact with anybody. Who gives a shit? Anime intro music detected. Is everything just anime intro music to you? I'm assuming just everything must be anime intro music to you. Washing machine is communal. Okay. And so what? You don't have to deal with people. Like, just go to one of the machines, just do your thing, and, you know, and then just hang out, you know, by watching a YouTube video or something. Then once it's done, put it in the dryer, and then once that's done, then just go back to your apartment. There you go. Don't have to talk to anybody. Like, there's a laundromat right next to my work. I mean, I don't go to it because, I mean, I already have, you know, my own stuff. But, I mean, I know a couple people that do, and they don't talk to anybody there. They just do their thing, and that's it. I'm like aspiring at social want to disappear. That's not even totally true. That's not even really absolutely true of spiders, like 100%. There are spiders that, you know, are somewhat sociable. Obviously, a lot of spiders, you know, are very isolative, but, like, I mean, there are different breeds of spider that, you know, can be communal. Maybe not, like, in the sense of, like, you know, always living together, but, you know, sometimes they will, like, hang out, you know, in, like, more closer communities and stuff. I mean, some, like, you know, like, spiders will even keep their babies around with them, you know, for a while until they're adults. Or at least, you know, until they're old enough to be on their own. There's a jumpy spider. I kind of see myself more as an orb weaver, but I'm okay with that. Jumpy spiders are actually cute. I mean, jumpy spiders are legit cute, though. So, I mean, I'm okay with that. And plus, they're, like, really curious, too. Crush all spiders. Well, that's fucking... Dude, don't. Like, dude, spiders are legit useful to the environment and stuff. And actually, like, you know, good to have around. Like, you actually do want them around. Like, they're not bad. Especially for, like, jumping spiders, because those motherfuckers can, like, you know, leap at their prey and, like, take that shit down. And plus, like, you know, their brains are, like, more, like, calculative and shit like that. Has acid sex that can melt skin is good. You do realize that most spiders can't pierce your skin, right? Like, jumping spiders, orb weaver, like, most spiders can't harm you. They're harmless. Like, I mean, that doesn't mean every fucking spider. There's plenty of spiders that you want to avoid for sure, duh, but, like, most spiders are fairly harmless. Like, they can't hurt you. Like, I mean, a bite from a spider would basically be the equivalent of, like, a bug bite. Brown recluse is the most common spider here. Well, if that's the most common spider you got, then, yeah, avoid those fuckers. Those are not, those you want to avoid. Those bitches want you dead. I don't disagree. Brown recluses are, you know, like, I'm not talking about them. I mean, around here, we have rustic wolf spiders, you know, and those are pretty harmless to humans. And if anything, they're actually, like, more scared of them. Like, they don't like being in the light and being out in the open and stuff like that, so if they're in a situation where they can kind of see you because you see it, you know, they're gonna, you know, run off and hide. So, I mean, at least around here, you know, rustic wolf spiders and stuff, I mean, we've seen them, you know, I've shown them on stream before, I mean, they can get pretty fucking big. Shanking spiders, but those aren't common. Yeah, I don't know too much about those. But at least for like orb weavers and like jumping spiders, stuff like that. I mean, you know, it's like at least for those, I mean, they're harmless. Like they're actually fairly okay. In fact, some spiders will go after other spiders. So there's also that. Those are spiders that have learned to create poison shanks. Okay, are you just joking with me here? Gotta have a knife to be a shanking spider? Yeah, are you just fucking with me? I have a weird feeling that these aren't real spiders. Maybe, well, yeah, thought so. Never seen a shanker, have you? No? Am I missing something here? Man-sized spider with ability to create knives. Really nasty spider. Sure. I'll just send a few huntsman spiders, you know, to go after it. Got spiders are common here. Oh my god, just going off on the memes now, are we? That dog is so fucking silly. What the fuck? Getting a phone call. Especially, but they like to web you up and drain you blood. Oh, I'm sure of it. Why in the fuck am I getting a random ass phone call? Boo. It's random. Good lord. Gotta love random fucking phone calls that interrupt me. Thanks. Why pull over, McNair? Well, maybe, you know, in the future. Maybe at some point. But, I mean, speaking of which, with the phone call anyway, I mean, I might as well get myself off to work and all that shit. Pretty much getting around the time that I need to get there anyway, so. Every day I wake up hoping, oh my lord. I want to be going, you know, well, I want to be hoping too much. I mean, good lord. I'm going to be doing, like, you know, consistent, you know, like, oh yes, let me just, like, do phone calls for every person, for everybody. Like, I mean, I'm not even gonna do that like phone calls anyway. I just like text. I'm a text-based dude, just like all the other Zoomies. But, anyway. Alright, let's call it good for the rest of this lovely afternoon. All that fun shit, so. Peace out. And of course, yeah, don't eat the sauce. It's not the good sauce.